Moikka ja lämpimästi tervetuloa tänne ihanaan liveen, jossa mulla on tänään ihan erityisvieras. Mun rakas opettaja Saida Désilets on tänään täällä mun kanssani. Ja me tehdään tämä video nyt tällä tavalla nauhoitettuna, koska me yritettiin äsken tulla Facebookia. Jostain syystä se ei nyt sitten onnistunut, joten me tehdään nyt sitten nauhoitettu video ja saat tämän nyt sitten tällä tavalla jälkikäteen. Mutta ihanaa, että oot täällä katsomassa tätä videota. Meillä on Saidan kanssa sulle ihan pieni, ihana tervehdys, jossa me puhutaan vähän nautinnosta. Me puhutaan vähän meidän tulevasta Hurmiollinen elämäretriitistä, joka on Elontulessa 3.–5.6. Joten lämpimästi tervetuloa mukaan ja mä toivotan Saidan tervetulleeksi. Welcome, welcome, welcome Saida.
I was, I don't hear Finnish often, so it was just so lovely to be bathed in those sounds.
Yeah.
It's actually a very beautiful language, and there's a lot of R's in it. Tra, tra, tra.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, I'm honored and delighted to be here. I'm very sorry that the Facebook Live didn't work for us, but so just imagine as you're watching this, we're live with you.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Welcome, Saida. And I mean, hey, there's only a little bit over a week that we are going to have our amazing, enraptured living,
Yeah.
Hurmiollinen Elämä mini retreat coming on here in Finland in Elontuli. And we are just so delighted, so happy to have you here so soon.
Yes. Well, I don't think I know for sure I've never been to Finland, so
Yeah.
it will be a new experience for me
Yeah.
as well. And I'm really, really honored to do something very unique. I mean, I teach a lot. I've been teaching for almost 30 years and um, doing a ritual, like having a retreat that's a ritual where every moment is precious. And already, as you know, when someone registers, we send you questions to contemplate because the ritual starts when you register. So you're already moving into what is it that I would love, what's emerging, what's going on for me, and all of those facets of questions that we ask. So um, I'm very excited for all of those ladies who are already registered. And for those of you who are thinking about it, definitely, hopefully, this conversation can clarify a few things and have you feel like you must be there because there's no other place to be in those days.
Yes, indeed. I've been with you and like in your field and in your work, like knowing it for 10 years now. And for me, it has been really a super big key to reclaiming my own sexuality, reclaiming my own pleasure. And what I found, I would love us to talk a little bit about pleasure itself, because it can be also a word that is like, huh, what is this? And like
Yeah.
pleasure, like some of us, and I certainly have had this feeling or thought that pleasure is not something that we should like prioritize in our lives, or I feel like that is like the first thing that goes somewhere else when we have other things going on in our lives, and soon we are like stiff and we are like the light is gone and the turn on is gone and everything is gone. So what would you say about pleasure, like what it is for you, and how essential do you feel that it is in our lives?
Well, pleasure is a tricky word. So I want to invite, before we go into it, that you can use a different word. So if that word's not working for you, imagine it's like an umbrella, and underneath there are all these other words. One could be feeling at ease,
Mm,
or feeling joy,
mm,
or feeling lit up, like inspired, and like, ooh, like that's fun, that's exciting, that's inspiring. Any word that you want to use that kind of evokes this feeling of delight this feeling where you're curious, this feeling where it's fun, where you want to laugh. Maybe it even tickles a little bit. I don't know, but just these lovely feelings that come up. So any word that helps with that. Now, why is this important? It's important because as a human being, we are not designed to be experiencing intensity of stress
Mm.
24/7.
Mm.
We are designed to handle stress and handle it very well,
Mm.
but we're not designed to not come out of it. So a healthy person is able to go into states of arousal, which is the sympathetic system, which is like looking around, what's going on, all of that. Do, go, go, go. And then the parasympathetic or relaxation response of, okay, I'm safe. I can take a deep breath. The world is not completely falling apart in this 1 second. I'm okay, right? So there's this uh, dance between, whoa, what's happening? Awake, go, do, and being more in relaxation, or as my colleague says, flow. So she calls it the go and the flow, which I really like.
Yeah.
And so, why is that important? When you can move between those states of doing and being, you are healthy. And the more you can do that with ease, the healthier you are. And why do we want that? Well, living a healthy life is more pleasant than living a life that has challenges, difficulties, and where we don't feel happy, we don't feel comfortable in our body, we have no energy, we're tired, we're irritated, we're annoyed, we're afraid, we're paranoid, we're worried. These are not states that we're meant to be in for very long. They're states to give us information so that we make a choice and then move back into curiosity and creativity and feeling good. So, why we need to relearn about pleasure is that at some point in our history, there was a work ethic that was brought in, which meant a 40-hour work week, putting off any kind of remote reward or joy till later. When I retire, I'm going to go and travel and have fun, but right now I need to focus and make money and do these things. We weren't always like that, as a species. So we would, of course, be in the past needing to gather food and to do things, but there was a large amount of time spent singing, storytelling, braiding each other's hair, interacting in community, having time even on our own, just with the nature around, or with our dog or our child or our partner, and having a much more simple life that didn't have cell phones and screens and craziness. Like the modern life has been really moved us away, estranged us from this very natural place. So your system is actually pre-designed to know exactly what to do to feel good. And so all we have to do is give it permission. So this ritual that Deepthi, we talked about, what could we do together that would really serve the community that's growing there, this beautiful spiritual community. And by spiritual, it's inclusive of all, because spirit is all inclusive. So that means when we are looking at spirituality, pleasure is an indication that we're on the right path. That means when you feel joy for no reason, we're on the right path. When you feel a sense of like wonderment and awe, we're on the right path. So understanding those indicators and celebrating those indicators allows us again to live a healthier life, a more connected life. We're more available for our partners. We're more available if you have children for the children, or if you have pets for your pets, or you're just your family or friends. And really, that's what life is about. Life is about how fully are we living it, and how connected do we feel to ourselves and the world.
Yeah, and sometimes it may feel scary as well, because it means that I need to choose it. And I I need to do like a conscious choice that I am not going to like, you know, how do you say it? Like give myself away anymore for other things, but I just really start to value this and I start to see that this is actually a way of living and the way that is really natural for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It brings up this, they did a study where they interviewed people who are dying and they wanted to know what matters to you right now in your last moments. Was it important that you worked really hard? Was it important that you made a certain amount of money? Was it important that you had a certain type of car or clothes or went over here or over there or did this thing or did that? Like what's the most important thing right now, right before you leave us? And across the board, it was how well did I love?
Mm.
And that's it. Because you can't take anything else with you except for this feeling of I did it. I really, really lived and
Yeah.
I really, really loved.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes reminding ourselves like what really needs to be leading.
Mm.
And that's what this ritual is about. It's not about forcing you to do something like foreign and weird. It's about allowing whatever's happened in your past to become an asset, like an ally, something supportive, something you can actually lean into and feel strength.
Yeah.
It's about
Mm.
how are you living in the present moment? Are you noticing that there's also beauty available amongst all the challenges and stress and to-do lists? And then it's about, well, what is emerging and what would I love? Because leading our lives from what we would love means that we don't have to have all these regrets. When we have our last breath, we're like, yes, I lived, I did it. And you're in this delightful space instead of, oh, why did I spend so much time being angry or afraid or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's really, really important because
Yeah.
this is our one good life. And so this little ritual retreat that we're doing is designed really to support what's most natural, to make you feel even more confident and inspired and connected and capable of truly living all of the rest of your life exactly in the way that most touches and warms your heart and your being.
Mm. So, so beautiful. I think I could just, talk about this topic with you like hours and hours and hours. And what I hear here is like, because if we are in a situation that is not like very delightful for us right now,
Yeah.
we can easily go into the thoughts that I need to get rid of this all. And I love how you explain that, okay, we are going into this ritual where actually we embrace it all. Like we
Mhm.
take it with us and we see the value of it. We empower from that and like, embrace the whole life instead of thinking that I need to get rid of something. I think
Yeah,
there is power in alchemizing things as well. So,
exactly.
yeah.
And there's we're all sovereign, but we don't flex that sovereignty. And so part of being sovereign and really understanding, wait, I'm at choice.
Yeah.
And when you understand how to work with your body, not against your body, then you start to experience things differently where even as someone else's stress in the room doesn't have to affect you. You can understand with compassion they're going through something, but you don't take it on.
Mm.
And when you can do that, you can also encourage the other person to remember how wonderful it is actually to be alive, even if you're moving through some of the most difficult things. So that's called quality of life.
Mm.
And the quality of life, that's a choice
Mm.
because you can have all the things and have a poor quality of life.
Yeah.
And I have met some of the most wealthy people with a lot of stuff and can private jets and do all these things. And most of them were lonely because they alienated their family, their closest friends, striving so hard.
Mm.
All of them were wanting connection but didn't quite know how because they forgot that a big part of being a human being is to connect. In fact, recently I spoke with someone who reminded me of this longitudinal study. So it's a long study since 1938, long study, looking at the lives of people like over a whole life. And one of the key top things, can you guess what it would be to live a good life?
I think intimacy and relationships.
Connection.
Yeah.
Connection, connection, connection. Connection to yourself, connection to other, connection to life.
Yeah.
It was the single most important factor that made a difference in the quality of how a person lived. Did they live a good life? Did they live a crappy life? Connection. So the ritual is an invitation to gain some tools, but also have an experience, like a limbic imprint of what it's like to be very intentional with how you choose to live your life so that you actually are a cultivator of coherence. Is that a word that Finnish people know? Coherence?
Yeah, like yeah, yes, of course, yeah, like coherenti, like yeah, like almost like in a harmony or like
Yes,
yeah,
in resonance.
yeah,
So
yeah,
coherence where everything is like working together in right relation.
yeah.
And I had mentioned, Deepthi, that my partner, Aaron Michael, really wanted to come on and speak to the ladies as well about, well, what is it like to be a partner to a woman who actually practices very intentional living and does these types of rituals on a regular, like as a regular practice. And so I'm curious if we could bring him on shortly. Would that be okay?
Of course, and I mean, knowing our Aaron also, like you both are practicing this. Like it's not just one side, but you both are actually doing this. So please, Aaron, welcome, welcome.
You are being called by all the ladies.
All the ladies are calling, Aaron. Oh, how handsome.
Here. Well, here's Aaron.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you again, Deepthi.
Good to see you too. How are you?
Well, it has been a beautiful day. We've been recording podcasts and
Ooh,
and some really delicious meals.
Exactly.
yes.
We were just speaking about the invitation for all the women to come and join this ritual retreat. It's not a workshop. It's a ritual.
Which I think, by the way, is fascinating. I'm so happy that you were bringing this to Finland.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then you had said to me, "Ooh, I would love to speak to the ladies about what it's like to be partnered to someone like that." So,
Well, I'd have to say that, first of all, this aspect of rituals, we often think about it as separate from regular life. But the more that you start to do rituals, you start to realize that life itself is a ritual. And so then the way that you wake up, the way that you spend your day, the way that you go to bed, the way that you are with your partner, these rituals start to then integrate into regular life. And I'm just seeing the amount of rituals that you do, where you have a temple here in Greece that you go to pray to. Even before we were officially together, you would be going there doing prayers for me. The way that you approach your own self-pleasuring and the ritual aspect of that before our relationship and continuing in it, it brings a particular flavor to the relationship that simply can't be underestimated. And to name that specifically, I would say that the way that you show up in our relationship without needing me to fix things, but instead coming from a place that's more resourced, whether it is because I then do assist you in something, or because we're just meeting each other from a great stance, or even if I'm the one that's down, there is a more, I think, scientifically, a more regulated nervous system. Relationally, there is a more, not just emotionally responsible, but someone that really like holds a high standard for herself and then also calls me into that. And it just simply makes the dance more fun. It's like if you go to the dance floor, and yes, it can be fun to dance with a beginner. Yes, it can be fun to like be the beginner, to be the person that takes it, but when you meet someone that is really active and I mean, I know that your partner Deepthi's in the music industry. So I mean, like to have someone that can meet you on that level uh, is truly phenomenal. And these type of rituals that you do, and which I'm so excited to now that the two of you are bringing this to Finland, just it does truly change the quality of the relationship and the quality not just of yourself, but also of your partner.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yay.
Yes, absolutely. And this makes me just like, oh my God, I want both of you here. Like we would have so much to share with my
Absolutely.
community. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to keep that in mind then, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, that'll be part 2.
Oh, yes,
So
part
do
two.
your rituals, call in your men,
Yeah.
and do some amazing other rituals.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and I think what you said, like, the level of responsibility that we bring to the relationships when we have doing this work and when we are on this path, when we have devoted ourselves and our hearts and our bodies into understanding things and practicing things and bringing a different kind of presence to our relationships. I think like the world is changing like fast, and at the same time that there are more and more like distractions, there is also more and more consciousness on this planet.
Yeah.
And we are like bringing new kinds of relating to the surface, to the people. And we don't need to be prisoners of the old ways of relating and being in relationships.
Exactly. So I just want to say to the ladies, of course, it's your choice. And I would just love to invite you and say, come, don't even think about it. This is, once in a lifetime. I don't live in Finland. I don't know if I'll come back. Maybe I will now. But for sure, this one time,
Yeah.
just come. It's going to be extraordinary. And also just feel like come because life is worth living fully, like leaning in and not just from a stress place, not just from a dissociated place, but from a place where you're fully ignited and to learn how to do that in a very simple and a very practical way, it's quite a beautiful exception. I'm really happy where we're holding it. It's going to be a place of deep connection, and it's a small group, so there's opportunity also to get some one-on-one attention within the quality of this experience. So please
Yes.
come, don't hesitate.
Yes.
And I really, really look forward to meeting each and every one of you and really supporting you to claim this one great life.
Yeah.
If I could add one thing as well, it would be that the way that women go, like if you're going out with your girlfriends, which you're going to do anyways, and you have your girlfriend time, that has so much merit and quality to it. But this is going to show like a whole other level of like women coming together time and the way that you will come back into your relationship with this is something that is going to, yeah,
Mm.
light up your soul. And I know that they having met you and the power that you bring just with your voice and your mission in Finland and your mission, what you're doing. I mean, wow. If I was going, I'd be going. And I look forward to your return because I know how you're going to come back.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just want to say one more thing to my women, like this really is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like this really, like you getting to meet Saida and be in her presence and, going back home with all of these tools. Oh my goddess. Like welcome, welcome, welcome. And Saida and Aaron, thank you so much for being here and being here in this conversation. Thank you for your hearts, your presence, and I can't wait to meet you both
That's a
very
pleasure.
soon.
And if there are any questions that come up, then leave them for Deepthi and we can answer those. But anyways, I think don't even bother with that. Just jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is,
It's summer. It's like the only question is where do I sign up and
Ah,
how do you
exactly.
start? Because it's summer, it's time for something new, it's time for something fresh, and I cannot wait to share all that with you.
Me either. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you both so much. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.